balala bakabhalala ngabahamba konka family yabalungu. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming through. 0955-855-953 is the number that you are calling us on.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, my sister and my brother there.
Hi,
Good afternoon, thank you.
The voice of the voices, Mr. Shepherd from Dora.
All right, please go ahead.
Thank you. My PR this morning, depo kuranda, bali nipedia sinachungwa. Yo kumumbwa, shukuru bantu, atizedi pao mwana wila 13 years. Abuela mwari kanama lectures. Aya lekana. Quite unfortunate. Kwenye tinti tijazile kudila kofie mkatika chalo. Olo ibali mwito kwa ni step father. Depo kupongo misa kupeba marepo kwebati. Be vigilant. Iyo muleka mkatika mayani. Because if it's late for the on-security, nemwe ne bamarepo kumu. Mwane nukwebati shukuru bantu na ukwa kumuntu wa msango shani. Bwino fiera tontonga ya utete accident ya msango obushimpeso kuna lasha abana bakashana basheri nabanene are they safe mukushara kwabo no kwikala then nokula bakambisha nabana ero bekire kwa don't be too close na badadi wo give it distance so that tweshe kona makayo ntokumono kwa tintia tepa because the bio udwali ko mwana 13 years udale na ngolo mundu ali kina marweto era abantu ba msango I think atikinje ko fyaka msango batwabe kata balekwa katoko batatu ngombe.
Coming through 0955-855-953. It's 1350 on your press review, and we're still getting your phone calls. And well, you can send us a text message, and do remember, you need to be brief as you send us those text messages. We're squeezing a caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, panel.
Good afternoon, thank you. Who do we have on the line? This is Victor and Lukoncha Sakala. Who do we have on the line?
Thank you so much. Mulelanda ba Sylvia, nangula bampanda manozini kwa padeote.
Can you go ahead, please?
Thank you. Alesenda poyo na ufile mailo kumeleniamu. Uko ba sita baba lungu bale vile chalo. Ukuti lapa lelelo gwafia. Ni patio ba government na ba family baba lungu. Ba umfwene. No ba government na ifili wokwendela. Apo ba lunch yenye. Taba family baba lungu. So aparte ni mweba na bakwalesa. Na mweba na Zambia bonse. Pila fuma kufyo tule umfwa. Uli ba family. So lekeni ba family na babuteko beka le panchi mama eposibility obuteko bwesu muleka nokumva iko family yabalungu ilelanda ifinto bukishive ngechange cyalo so pilazi kamo na ba PF na ba tonse na banani abana ba qualification bafunyemo aba lekeni government na family yabalungu beka le panchi then ba government tabakwete po amaka bali balungu ese basiro kusunga balungu ndo bali aratuntulu nekine kitamwiko tule munamwe bala ba tuleta mkulanga iyo mu
Or coming through. And in more stories, the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, says it will not postpone the Lumezi parliamentary by-election slated for June 26, 2025, despite the death of former President Edgar Lungu. In a statement on Wednesday, ECZ Chief Electoral Officer Brown Kasoro said while the commission was mindful of the national mourning period, it was equally bound by the provision of the Constitution by the Electoral Commission by the by-election must be held within 90 days of occurrence. 0955-855-953. You have text messages. Let's pick up this call, then we'll come to your text messages.
Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon, thank you. Who do we have on the line?
You are talking to Murenda Chale Chiroro from Chingola.
Kindly go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. Press review na inala kwa muna. Ina chila tamba pa Facebook. Pa Ministry of Information and Media pa page yapo batabo kawana basi kwa press briefing. Kuchita clarify ama issues. Achi kesa laundi. Kalemba ku cabinet ba Patrick ngwa na bachita design. Paka na ya maroma jare sabanta pa social media kwa bati yawe bachita design. Ama issues onsenga mwa alolesha. Ababa nensu ababa muri fiskulo bana bomanda pressure emula nduwa kweba tibapokerera pressure ku government lelo mulandu wasiro kintu babamo nga bafako kila pero bwasa tapala benga bafo abenga hapo mulandu wakurenkana experience. And the reason why we are here in government through this bill number 7 bale ko kuchefia kwa experience ya president to cabinet pakwe batempo mitepera ba mikwele kwa takwe chakani kwa chamkomba mu nomba ngani wakula chapero tete abako chewe ai wakula losha kwa kwa. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming through. Look on show, you can take us through with your text messages.
Good afternoon, Sun FM Radio and TV. I'm Christopher Siame from Dola. In today's press review, I've been following discussions on Millennium Radio and other media outlets regarding the repatriation issue. I believe the government should respect the wishes of the late President Lungu's family. If they want the president to keep a distance, it's best to honor their request and avoid further controversy. Given that it's already been 2 weeks since his passing and repatriation hasn't occurred, I think the president should just prioritize the family's desires. As a Christian nation, let's embody forgiveness and love, just as Christ taught us. By doing so, we can promote peace and understanding. Thank you and good afternoon, Zambia. Good afternoon, Sun FM TV. My press review is this afternoon is that what I read on ZNBC News about the repatriation of the 60th Republican President's body. I just want to urge the President, please, Mr. President, with all due respect, let the family of the former 60th Republican President do their wish to avoid confusions and conflicts. Remember, we only have one country, which is Zambia. Mr. Kofe Lungu from Luwansha. My press review is from Chimwemwe Radio. The body of the former president is not repatriated or was not yesterday as per agreement. I feel that government is at fault because they don't stick to the agreement. Why change the agreement without the family's knowledge? Let them just bury in South Africa. Whether gun swords are there or not, it doesn't matter. No, it does matter, Mrs. Mercy or Miss Mercy, because there will be conflict when there are gunshots, and we do not allow violence.
We do not allow violence.
We don't
we
want violence.
We strongly condemn.
Nation.
Yesterday, I made mention we love the peace and love that we have for each other.
Please.
And Zambia is bigger than everybody. No, don't use such kind of words and don't send us such kind of text messages. 0955-855-953. Coco, can you allow me to read this story here? And I just want to read this story. I'm tempted to read this story. This sounds like Donald Trump speaking here. But the United States ambassador to Zambia, Mike Gonzalez, says the massive development assistance that the U.S. has provided to Zambia and other countries was never intended to go on forever. And Gonzalez says Zambia has achieved HIV epidemic control as a result of U.S. support. Now, he was speaking during the celebration of 249 years of American independence on Tuesday. Please.
All the help you can get. Now, good afternoon, Lucas Chibesa from Dola. My press is on the government regarding the funeral of the former president. In light of the passing of our former president, it is imperative that government approaches this sensitive moment with the utmost respect, humility, and empathy, particularly towards the wishes of the bereaved family. First and foremost, the government must respect the decision of the family regarding funeral arrangements. No institution, including the state, should override or impose its will on the family to the deceased. Funeral rites are deeply personal and emotional, and attempt to politicize or control them may be seen as both disrespectful and opportunistic. Hi, Sun FM. My PR is the non-repatriation of ECL remains. This is a sad development as the motto "One Zambia, One Nation" is slowly losing its core values. I'm Brian. Good afternoon, Victor and Lukonsha. My PR comes from Sun FM Business News, where I heard about the confiscated expired drinks. Let these inspections be done more often. That's why we are developing unknown illnesses. I'm sure I'm not the only one who doesn't pay attention to expired dates when buying these drinks. Kombe Kaseke Fanuel in Dola Twapia. Good afternoon, Sun FM. We're tired of listening to ECL's funeral. If they don't want to bury our former president, let them be. I'm Joshua Pakaloko.
And well, in our last story, before we squeeze in a caller, let's squeeze in a call and then we get to our last story. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Madam Coco and Mr. Mwanza there.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Who do we have on the line?
Charles Mwafeka Samba calling from Chirabombo.
Can you go ahead, please?
Independent member of parliament that's the shame. Because umuntu walipera akule maternity minya hospital bamugani no muntu atapera mingomba namba wa mingomba kupata kwa timutonto before 2060 chatipanga hospital this hospital iye njambo wa Mwanza we don't have this hospital umuntu walipera nempesha kuchakuta kuvuchisho zao bamugani na amachiro makako tama ifuko kumse kwa So there are moments which are apart. Before 26, which I was to fair to that place up corner. Thank you so much.
I don't want to say that sounded like a threat to whom it may concern, but Justice Minister Princess Kansuni says members of Parliament have not rejected the Constitutional Amendment Bill number 7 of 2025, but are merely seeking clarification in order to better explain it to their constituencies. Well, with that story, we get to wrap up today's press review, and shortly we cross over to our counterparts in Russia. That's on RT. From myself, Victor Mwanza, and Lukon Shasakala, it's a beautiful good afternoon.
It's 2 p.m.